Yo, episode 11. It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
11?
Yeah.
Chris
Good.
Dukes, Kim Easy,
Right.
hometown behind the camera.
What's happening?
Okay.
Yeah, man. What y'all boys been up to? Let's get to that first. How y'all been living first?
This is episode 11.
Yeah, we made it, man.
11, yes.
Jeez, man.
So I think we
Make a wish.
I think we passed the milestone a couple episodes ago. What we did 6 episodes season 1.
Hey, man.
Shit, nigga, we doubling up, nigga, almost.
Yeah.
Almost. I'm not, but they're about my 6th one. I'm on par.
Wait till y'all hit episode 50. You like, damn.
Damn.
Episode 15, and like, ooh, this is a job.
I'll be just on my 8th episode.
God
willing.
It'll start wearing down on you when you realize you at episode 20 something, but the year almost over, and it's damn sure more than 20 weeks in a year. You done took some breaks, boy.
That should tell on you.
Man, episode 11, we back. We finna. I'm gonna say part 1 of this because we talking about anime and the impact it has on the culture. Specifically, we all black, so
Okay, so
black culture.
okay, I'm with it.
Black culture, the culture.
It's the it culture right now. I think so.
Well,
Always
I say it is. I mean, what do you call it? Or like what you call the black TikTokers? I mean, they stopped them. They stopped with their dances, and then the white people just oh damn, we got nothing to steal from. We got to make up our own shit, and it's just all Brady Bunch 2 steps.
On God.
Hey, man.
Side note: if you notice when you do salt and pepper, the one you see the most, nigga, it take over, nigga.
Yeah.
Stop, bro. Stop.
Had to fit that in. But yeah,
Stop.
the impact of anime culture, bro. The impact of anime culture on the black community, bro.
Yeah.
How we tackling this, man?
I have a.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Chris. I know.
I haven't the idea, so
haven't
don't
the idea?
give it there. I
Oh,
haven't
man.
the idea, but how do we start?
How do we start, bro? I'm gonna consider also. I'm gonna throw karate into this too,
The martial arts.
because I put this with anime in a sense, because that's where it kind of came from.
Okay.
Bro, it's been influenced from I think Brooklyn, like breakdancing, the early New York breakdancing to even the Brazilian fighting and
Yeah,
more.
because it's a form of martial arts.
basically, bro. Like
Breakdancing?
Yeah, because
Yeah,
it derived it derived from from the Brazilian martial arts.
So like my boy from Power Rangers, he was on point the whole
Look,
time.
see,
He didn't make that up,
Look, here you go.
right? Like
Leave
Zach.
Zach out of this, bro.
What was the name of it again?
That's hip hop keto.
Hip Aikido.
I can always count on you, Kim. Thank you.
Yeah, I remember this stuff, isn't it?
So, okay, I'm gonna start with hometown behind the mic, man. What have you noticed, or what anime or animes impacted like you? Are you seeing impact the culture?
I mean, I could take it back to high school and after the Boondocks, like
Facts, classic.
the opening music for a lot of the animes I'm starting to see incorporate hip hop or music created by people who work in hip hop.
Yeah.
Like even the latest Yasuke.
Yasuke.
Executive produced by Flying Lotus, Thundercat, who are prominent in hip hop.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
we seeing that. Also, what was it? Samurai Champloo, I think.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
let's get to it.
You know what I mean? So that was one of my first animes that I watched as an adult all the way through, and I noticed
They
hip-hop
blended the
influence.
hip hop in that motherfucker
Right.
beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's stuff like that, but I mean, and then of course, I mean, I'm 32, so I feel like anybody that was born anywhere between 94 and 85, that 10-year generation, we grew up having to, we watched cartoons when it wasn't part of like streaming.
Oh yeah.
And your parents would give you a tablet and go watch it on your own. You had to like get home, watch it right after school, or you had to wake up early in the morning and watch the cartoon.
UPN 44, boy.
Yeah. Waking up, catching the bus at 6, 7 in the morning, and Sailor Moon is on, or the whole Tsunami days and stuff like that. So because we grew up with that, and then like our generation, which spawned into like doing fashion, right? So a lot of streetwear incorporate Dragon Ball Z and those things, and then you got music. a lot of the rappers grew up just like wearing some of the iconic wear from some of those things, like the Naruto headpieces, or just like little certain styles. Some of the streetwear I've seen kind of mimics a lot of the street stuff that I've seen people in Naruto wear.
I ain't gonna even that's why I think the baggy clothes sensation came from, because if you notice in like the early Japanese movies, the shirts were a little bit more loose. The pants was loose, like quote unquote MC Hammer pants, but they was tight at the bottom.
Oh yeah, those, yeah.
Like, bro, like think about that. After that dropped in like the 70s, the baggy trend came and stayed for like way longer than it needed to.
It did way longer than it needed to.
Because niggas was out here like a size a large wearing 3Xs. That was not cool, fam.
Hey, remember when you used to know the width of the leg? Like it'd be like, man, them ain't even 36 with pant legs. Like, and people be like, oh dang, bro, I thought you was. And then the whole back, you niggas walking around with the whole back dragging underneath their shoe. You done opened up the seam of the bottom of your pants.
That's when we start getting into that Jinko territory.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, wearing skateboard and stuff without skateboarding.
Man. But, like I said, our generation, like I said, we, I can only speak for us in the U.S. and definitely in the South, but, like, all of us grew, if you were not, you had to be living under a rock if you wasn't taking, the extra white paper to try to draw a character that either was Goku or something similar to a Saiyan with Saiyan hair.
Yeah.
Like everybody was drawing. You was if you was raw with it, you was probably selling the pictures, drawing it for people.
Facts.
Drawing on my notebooks. And
Man,
stuff like
that's what I should have done as a kid. I drew a lot. I drew a lot, and I was damn good at it. I mean, I'm still good at it, but I haven't been practicing as much. But I should have done that shit. Yeah.
Oh, shout out.
I will build a time machine if I could, and tell 10-year-old me, yo, sell them bitches. You'll make money.
We all wish we was gonna do that shit. We should have kept moving with that shit. But I think that I'm gonna butcher his name, so kill me. Hime Yatake for Ayate for Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. Let me see
Go
it
ahead,
because
Kim.
I'm gonna be the one editing this video, by the way. So I'm gonna get it right.
He gonna put somebody else's
How you
voice
say
in
that?
there.
Say it.
Hajime Yata. I did not even finish. I did not finish pronouncing.
Go ahead.
Hajime Yatate.
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 Shout out the creator of Cowboy Bebop and Shenpai Kenpu. I'm saying that wrong.
Samurai Champloo.
There
Bro.
we go. And
I can whole speak Japanese.
Wait, he created Gundam also?
Yeah, well, a certain series of it.
Oh, certain series. Okay.
The most famous one, Gundam Wing. But
Okay. Yeah, because I thought he was gonna go back to like 1979 Mobile Suit
nah, he
Gundam.
made the one that everybody saw first.
I want y'all to read some more of them names, man.
Hey, just chill.
That's what I'm about.
Just chill. I know Spike. I can say Spike.
Spike, hey man, facts.
Same question to you, Kim, man. How you saw the impact of anime and our culture and just in culture in general?
Yeah. If anything, if you ask me, I think it really goes both ways. I think both anime and the culture itself, they inspired each other throughout the decades.
Nice.
So yeah, like one thing definitely, anime has inspired a lot of us in the culture when growing up. Because even me, even watching stuff because even if from what you watch you don't see it as anime, because we don't even know what the name anime is until it's given to us. Because we see it as like another cartoon. We obviously see it some different from the like other cartoons that we watch throughout. Because even though it's still animated, but it's just something that like captures the eye. Because if anything, my first anime, which I thought was Sailor Moon, was Grimm's Fairy Tale Classics. I mean, it was the videotape that I had, but then I noticed that there was a TV show on it, and also coincidentally, that was also my first Nickelodeon show, which I didn't even know was on Nickelodeon.
Oh wow!
Because the show, like I said, I'm a little younger. I'm not gonna say much because I'm not that much younger than you.
Every episode.
Right.
Every episode.
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, but still. Yeah, I know it. Okay, all right, but still, I'm getting up there still. But anyway, but what I'm saying is that they both influence each other.
Young Buck.
Yeah, especially with even with the martial arts movies that we also mentioned. You know how just like how you mentioned how it influenced breakdancing and also the sample. I mean, a lot of the artists like Wu-Tang Clan, that's a big one, and also another hip hop group that doesn't even get enough attention, the Fooshnickens. That's another.
Whoa.
The Fooshnickens. Fooshnickens.
Hey man,
look them up. I mean, these are like
Mind
these
blown.
hey, well, listen to that song with Shaq on it and blow your mind a little bit more.
I don't listen to no song with Shaq on it.
You what? Okay, what?
Or at least listen to the Fooshnickens, because especially my favorite is Sneaking Up on You. This is dude named Chip Foo. This dude is like a whole Saturday morning cartoon as a rapper. I mean, but I'm serious. Like
Before Killer B?
huh?
Before Killer B, huh?
Before Killer B, man.
Yeah. This early
Say it one more
90s.
time for the people.
Fooshnickens.
He gonna put that shit right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
What else, man?
Yeah. Also, and also because and also with also with the martial arts, going back to that, there was in New York in the same because in the same theaters where they played the blaxploitation movies of the 70s, at that same time they'll also play the martial arts movies. That's how a lot of black people got entrenched with kung fu and how
I'm
we're
finna
so associated
piggyback
with
off you real quick on that fact.
Yeah.
They did that because it was foreign movies and they didn't think people were gonna gravitate to them, so they put them on the penny days.
Yeah.
We can afford those days.
Right.
They didn't think we had 5 cents or whatever, but they did that strictly because it was foreigners, America, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they put them on the penny days, and then black people was like, "Oh shit, what's this?" And it was like, "This shit is fire."
Mm-hmm.
But see, they didn't realize that market would be so big. So that's the whole story behind why it seemed like those movies only got to the projects and the lower, the lower people of, I guess, lower version of citizens or whatever, or lower class. But
Yeah.
they didn't pick it up, and that's when it kind of it's the crazy part when you see Bruce Lee ascend, because his lower movies were in the movie theaters, and then he got big, and then you see Enter the Dragon and all this shit. So his rise, you can actually trace his rise back to when it came to America heavy like that. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's true. Enter the Dragon was was definitely one of the first mainstream martial arts movies for America. I mean, it's sad that he didn't get to live to see his movie premiere. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but it also introduced Jim. Also in that movie, it introduced Jim Kelly, who later on will become a big star on his own with Black Belt Jones the following year.
Which one? Was it
Belt
Enter the
Jones.
Dragon? Lou Alcindor was in, or what's his name now? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
No, that's Game of Death.
Okay, yeah. So he was in one
Game
of them
Death,
too.
yeah.
But was he still going by Lou Alcindor around that time?
No, he was
He changed already by that time?
Yeah, he went by Kareem probably I think around the late 60s, because because he joined Nation of, he became Islam around in the late 60s.
That scene was kind of terrible in the sense that I was like, his tall ass can't kick that fast, fam. I'm sidetracking. We'll get back to that later.
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did pretty. I mean, I thought he did pretty fine.
It was fine, but it was just like how they made Bruce Lee block. It was like, bro, Bruce Lee would have been ran up on this motherfucker when he kicked, bro.
Why they put him
for what especially in the scene with Bruce Lee? I mean, like I said, not bad. I mean, I feel that other basketball players are a lot more stiff than Kareem. I mean, because Michael Jordan. First of all, you seen the video behind the scene where Michael Jordan was trying to learn how to moonwalk with Michael Jackson. That motherfucker stiff as shit. When it comes to dancing.
Yeah.
But anyway. I'm getting off track. But anyway, they both impact each other. That's what I'm saying with anime and martial arts and black culture.
9 seconds. Saturday sermon superstar.
Oh boy.
What you seen, man? How does anime impact the culture from your point of view, man?
It don't.
It don't.
Bro, pause, bro. You done had what you said. Ralph was black. You done had all the crazy takes, bro.
Man, you managed to pull out roots for different superhero comics and all that shit.
That shit made sense though.
Okay, but how did anime impact the culture, or didn't impact the culture?
Nah.
So you're not finna dog?
I mean, it's not for us.
Nigga, go.
Dog, I'm just saying, it ain't for us. We just, I don't know, bro.
We just liked it. We just like what we like. I think this is my thing. I think it's apparent that anything that's cool was probably because of black people. We
made
everything cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why we made things cool? could come from a whole nother conversation, right? But like, let's just say what's edgy, cool is usually connected to what's edgy, right? And anything that's edgy has to deal with something that could be on the dark side of things, like street, hood, whatever, right?
Right.
So, give you an example, right? And most commonly,
Rock
a
and
lot
roll.
of people would say rappers are like, oh, this nigga was the coolest nigga, da da da. But a lot of the rappers would be like, it was the street dudes, the drug dealers, whoever, the pimps. Those were the cool cats, right? But they was doing shit in the street. So one thing I noticed, and this is around definitely like middle school, high school, right? That a lot of this stuff was with a lot of white folk. A lot of white folk, right? Get into anime, stuff like this. Getting into the anime and, you know, whatever, that culture, people would be like, oh, they nerdy, this, that, and the third, right? So when there was like, let's say, I just know based when I was in middle school, a lot of the dudes that was like probably kind of in the street a little bit, that would get into fights, was also probably some of the star players on the football team, right?
Yeah.
If that guy was into like Dragon Ball Z or some shit like that, he could connect with like maybe the weird goth kid that was also into the shit. And when you saw that connection, that's what made it a thing to where it's a community that builds on that. And I think we're
You could have just said my name.
we're seeing that, but we're seeing that now, right? Like he was just showing like there's so many shoes, Adidas or whoever are doing collaborations on this culture. It ain't for the white folk. Not, you know, nothing against them for real.
Nothing against y'all.
Nothing against them for real, but it's like, come on, bro. It's like, oh, niggas like this shit. If we got something niggas like, we gonna cater to the niggas if they like the shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you still gonna elaborate, Chris Dukes? Yeah.
I mean,
Bro,
look.
you talk so much in the conference. Talk about this shit, bro.
All right, listen. So this is. I think anime in our community is a good show of how cool we are in adverse situations. Like when things don't add up, but we make it make sense, right? So like, for instance, like anime, Japanimation, if you're old enough to know, that's pretty much what we was calling it all the way up until anime kind of.
Talk to them niggas.
So
Thank you. I ain't know that shit.
Talk to them niggas, Chris.
So like, you know, it was just stuff that generally was not popular, and we got a hold of it, and we did what we do with everything. If you from Tampa,
Cool.
we could talk. If I meet somebody from Tampa anywhere on earth and say G-Man, that nigga know what I'm talking about.
Side note, on the Tampa situation, remember I called you after I watched Motown 25. Michael Jackson made Juke dance.
Bruh.
On God. Go
Yeah.
back, look at Motown 25. The nigga was juking, and then he broke out to the moonwalk.
I'm telling you,
Argue
bruh.
with your mama.
But, so like, I think that because we are inherently just cool, whatever it is that we do ends up becoming popular. So like anime and Japanese films, karate films, all that stuff that was pushed towards us because they just wanted to give it to people. They didn't start off at the top. They started off where people where they could test things out at. Yeah. And we take everything and make it cool. We made Salvation Army cool. We made karate films cool.
We made thrifting cool.
We make thrifting cool. It's so like it's not so much that anime has anything to do with us because we don't even really have a lot of positive depictions in anime until you get to about like Cowboy Bebop. It's where it starts feeling like, okay, this is respectful.
That's where we felt like it. That's when it comes in, oh, this is made for us.
Right.
Yeah.
So
But, go ahead, finish. Go ahead.
yeah, but like moving forward, it's like at that point, it's undeniable that we are super consumers, and we are. We've always been super consumers. We're people that'll get a bunch of money, spend it, be down at the bottom, and still be cool all the time. We ain't jumping off no buildings because we spent our last $1,000 on something stupid and we shouldn't have did it, and it was a bust or it was a fucking pyramid scheme or something like that. We just figure out how to make the shit work. So like we take more risks, we spend more money, and their market was continuing to flourish, but it still wasn't being marketed to us.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's true.
The thing about it, right? You good?
I mean, I can do this all day long, bro.
So, right, like, so with that, right? I'm gonna bring mine into this. Like it's going back, like it wasn't marketed to us, but that's why it was marketed to us, because nothing was ever really made for us.
That's true.
So we gravitated to something that we saw minorities in. We knew they wasn't white, even though they were closer to their skin color, but it was never any white people like really besides the villains fucking up.
Fair.
But I feel like, but just to piggyback on that, I feel like what was marketed to us was the people or the powers that be in America that love hip hop, because we know it's white folk that just love hip hop.
Yeah,
the
superheroes,
Rosenbergs and shit like that.
Superheroes,
right?
let me not call superheroes.
Those people who are in place, right? They use certain channels that they knew that they had to kind of like smuggle that in. That's why you see like Adult Swim. They always play like they never really play any popular music on there.
Nope. No, they made their label, or they would go to unknown labels.
They would just play shit that you would have to like you have to
search
know
for
about. You like,
Yeah, you have to know, or
That's
you have
the whole
to find
thing.
on your own.
They used to go to independent artists and very unknown artists.
But that culture, that's where hip hop and I think anime connected, and of course hip hop being a black and invention.
Yeah, because hip hop is something that was like made from underground. It came from nothing, because it was created by those, in the black and even Hispanic community. I'll include them too. Because
facts.
because in the Bronx people really did
the brown folks.
they didn't have enough money. Like didn't have enough money to go to the clubs, or even they had to bring the party to themselves.
Yeah, but like I was saying with the whole thing, right? It back to it's being marketed to people that don't have a lot. Yeah. It's not purposely marketed like that, but like, okay, prime example. You might say Blockbuster. I say dollar video in the hood. Right, sketchy side, that back wall that say anime, small but tall section.
Oh yeah.
And it's like
with the foreign films.
Video,
yeah. And it's like
movie.
That's the section that caught my eye. I was like, oh shit. Hey, that looked like it's saying don't watch this, but I'm finna go watch this shit. And I know I can get it because it's cartoon. Because if it was porn, I'm gonna get my ass whooped. Right. But like the first anime I picked up, the first one I watched for me was Sailor Moon, until I realized probably Speed Racer was an anime. But for me, it was Sailor Moon. I'm always gonna stick with that. But like that sketchy part in the dollar video arena, that's the first time I picked up the other version of Street Fighter, not the movie.
Talking about the episode series. That
shit was
so
the art itself was just, to me, miles ahead of what we saw. Like if you look at the WB Batman shit,
that's where it was. That
shit didn't look as cool as.
But that's why, because some of the actual people who worked on that actually worked on a lot of animes too, which they was of Asian descent.
You talking about Beyond?
The series, animated series.
Okay.
Yeah. They brung two. I forgot the names. They brung two artists from there to work on that version of that Batman that everybody loves. Critically acclaimed, probably the best animated series still. That and the X-Men. You can have your debates with that, but
because usually with cartoons with that type of quality, they're usually sent overseas and stuff at times for I guess further tweaking maybe.
But like the impact I saw, bro, from first of all, we know what Dragon Ball Z did from what 97 to 01 to now. Like Dragon Ball Z, that explosion was like crazy. Like
we talking about when it came to America. We know it aired in the 80s. We get it, okay.
Oh no, see Dragon Ball, people still didn't respond because Dragon Ball actually came over here before Z, but it wasn't. They changed so much of it because America was so censored.
It was on a weird channel too, and it came on at a weird time.
Animes was on weird channels at the time.
That's why I say you get up early in the morning and like Sailor Moon is on while you
even on the weekend. That Sci-Fi channel that nobody knew the name of. That Sci-Fi channel.
That's what
it was called.
Before it was the Sci-Fi channel.
It was like
that's what they call syndication.
You fuck around and flick like, why is this big ass robot flying? Like what is this? Fuck around, Big O. Who was Big O? Like,
yeah, you right.
Like there's not one black person that's under the age of 50 that don't know, or under the age of 40 that doesn't know the name Goku.
Bro, nope. On God, bro.
That's true. My dad refers to everything as Goku.
Real shit, Astro Boy. Like his impact is weird because he clearly he's robot and that means mech. So he was probably the first mech we saw. But like.
When Astro Boy the first anime to come to America?
Yeah, like very like 60s.
Yeah, 60s. It was on NBC too.
Another team type of anime that came with like a team that had it's not the Ronin Warriors, but it's the other ones who look just like the Ronin Warriors. They call it Sentai Saints or some shit like that. Oh. You know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
So, but now when I saw, bro, from that, it's from, hey, Dragon Ball Z impacted a lot of motherfucking attitudes because niggas were running around here thinking they Goku, Vegeta.
Yeah, y'all remember that YouTube clip?
Piccolo automatically we felt like Piccolo was for us.
Hey man,
Like
showing us
blue
like
green characters,
yeah,
man.
showing us what a black father could be.
if you
On
blue,
God.
if you blue or you green, you
Remember
us.
Skeeter from Doug, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Skeeter, bro. Hey, remember when he did that dance and he got
claiming Roger?
Remember he got stuck.
Roger, right?
Remember he got stuck in his own dance.
No, we ain't claiming Roger.
Yeah, especially with
Roger?
that voice, yeah.
No, we ain't claiming
Oh,
Roger.
well, but
I mean,
Roger
we
was
claim
Jewish.
Caesar.
He was Jewish. He was Jewish.
We love Jews.
But
Yeah, y'all chill.
Well,
relax.
but so was Doug.
Was he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I know.
So was Stu
I know
Pickles.
Tommy Pickles was half Jewish.
Thank you. Yeah. Nah. There's always a Jewish person
I
next
don't care what nobody said. Tommy was a nigga. Tommy said he didn't want no responsibilities. he said no responsibilities. No responsibilities, nigga. In that episode, he about to murk Dill ass.
Oh, yeah.
He got so annoyed with Dill, he was about to murk Dill ass.
Yeah. Also, he was we on Nickelodeon. Like, how about how Nickelodeon and black culture had impacted each other during the 90s? Like, yeah, well, all that definitely.
Hey, but yeah, let's get back here. We're gonna bring it back real quick.
I do.
But also from the clothes, man, like bucket hats, bro.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Bucket hats, straw hats.
I remember.
I mean,
And our fascination with karate.
JJ
just
from
go
Good
back.
Times had the first bucket hat. JJ.
Like between from Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan,
Jet Li. No.
Jet Li, he has impact, but them, I don't think we
you
put
talking
him
about
in
impact,
Yeah,
like in the Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan definitely.
And it feel like I'm missing somebody, but it's not Jet Li.
You talking about Donnie Yen? Who you talking about?
You know what? That's a good argument between him and Jet Li because Donnie Yen is actually better to me.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah,
To me, he's better.
I agree too.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
But
I mean-
but I ain't gonna lie, Jet
like
Li
Jet
put
Li-
out them
Jet Li
dollar
was doing-
movies I love, bro, on Netflix. Jet Li got
Yeah.
about 1,000 goddamn movies on Netflix you did not know he
That's
made.
true. Jet Li was doing Wushu for President
Yeah.
Nixon.
Wow.
And
That's true, by the way.
You know who I'm
really?
missing? He just not China. He's just not Asian.
I didn't know that.
He's just not Asian. Who I'm finna name?
Who?
I got to put him here. I don't like it. Chuck Norris.
Oh,
He enhanced the culture in the West for karate.
I'll give you that.
'Cause I would
agree, yeah.
never put Steven Seagal whack ass in there.
Hell no! Like you see how
Fuck
that
Steven Seagal.
you see how the motherfucker run like a bitch.
Bro, that nigga, bro, he never got hit in the movie, fam. A nigga who built
That's how he run.
that nigga built like Whopper and never got hit, bro.
Bro, stop, man. Why y'all?
Fuck Steven Seagal.
Why
Steven
y'all
Seagal.
talking about Grimace like that? Stop.
See, exactly, nigga.
Yeah,
but
my
yeah,
eyes are this low because I'm trying to be Asian. I'm a white dude trying to be Asian.
But- nah, man,
like that one
um,
dude, the one that turned Korean.
Yeah. Oh, my boy said he's not white anymore.
He wasn't white when he was born. He chose.
We'll tackle that another day.
All right, that's on another episode.
And then like Dragon Ball Z, Sailor Moon, and we ain't gonna say this, but it still impact the world because people don't look at it as an anime. Pokemon changed the game, nigga.
Yeah.
Pokemon's
Like-
an anime.
Like it is now. No, people respect it now, but in the beginning, they're like, it's just a card game. Like, no, it's not. It's an anime actually, but nah.
It changed the.
It
It
changed
changed
the
the
card.
changed with video games, card games,
Yeah,
like
it just
anime.
changed entertainment. It changed TV shows, film.
Had
It
one of
changed gaming.
Yeah,
Had one of the best, had one of the most impactful theme songs. Who we thought was Michael Jackson that first singing. Well, I
never
did.
thought that was Michael Jackson.
I thought it was.
Yeah, you on your own, bro. I ain't never thought that was
Yeah, I
Mike,
know.
bro.
Okay, I'm not saying we. It was just me. Okay.
So it was just you. But hey, if you ever played Sonic and you thought you heard Michael Jackson, you was right.
Yep, he was on Sonic though.
Well, that's true. Yes. Like especially here, Stranger in Moscow, and the ending theme to Sonic 3. They're the same melody.
Huh?
and then I
Yes.
think,
Yeah.
There it is, man.
and then it like just
Fat
I
checks,
don't know,
man.
bro. Like, and I guess like let's go back to that too with like just the video games, the music and shit. It was incorporating hip hop, jazz, and all that to it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, bro. I was stuck because the roots of it is kung fu, and it was just like we gravitate. At least for me, my eyes always gravitated towards fighting. And then the character who had like the most. I hate to sound like this because they always try to label this as like a bad thing for us. Like the most outrageously talking motherfucker on the fucking kung fu, your eyes was like, who this motherfucker? like, bro, Piccolo, Vegeta, Frieza, any motherfucker with a big mouth, and you was like, he looked like he about that action. You're like, who is that motherfucker? Yeah. Like you look at Goku, you like Goku cool.
Goku cool.
But when you first saw Yamcha and Tien, you like, nah, them niggas fly. Plus, Yamcha had to fit on the green and yellow.
Yeah. He used to change his clothes.
The Timbos. We gonna call them Tims he had on.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like we gravitate towards color and not like just that. And we know ain't no white people like that with the drip. Like, bruh.
Not culturally.
Not then. Not yet. It was a few.
That's always a few. It's always a few, man.
But it's like now, like now, it's one of the biggest things is for the black community. It's also, as you're like now, it's also a nostalgic thing as well.
Which is weird in the spaces in.
A lot of the stuff we experienced, whether you was in elementary school, middle school, or high school, it was your big brother that was probably watching it, and you was just kind of watching it, trying to figure out what was going on. Or was you and your friends ready to talk about it as soon as y'all got on the bus?
My cousin who was in the Army, and this how I was up on game. While Toonami was running reruns, he was giving me the Broly movies and shit, but it was just in Japanese. So I used to come back like the fucking Oracle in like a year, nigga. Like a year. Y'all gonna hear this big buff motherfucker just yell named Broly. He on all that shit, bro. They like, what the fuck you talking about? I'm telling you. They come back. I'm like, I told you, give me my money, motherfucker. I got the movies, but I can't show them the movies yet because I'm trying to make money. Finessing at all ages. But, you know. But, like, bro, like, I used to fucking draw them, put them in the plastic. You know, they had the plastic covers. And sell them to get Bob Pack bucks, bro. If you went to Dardale, you had teams over there. And I was like, hey, to get to these parties, I'm not going to get it off of behavior. Yeah. So I can sell these bitches. My auntie used to whoop my ass, you know, back in the days. Kim, you too young. You might not know about that dial-up. She was like, get off the phone.
I know what dial-up is.
We know you know what it is.
You know what everything is.
I lived through that too.
You remember that? Get off the phone. Who on the computer? Like,
yeah. I never got to use the internet because my mom always talk on the phone.
I was like, hey, I'm trying to print these colors because, you know, I get the charge more for the colors because the black and whites.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, facts. But
Jesus,
it's crazy how we all had the same like childhood. Kind of
ain't it?
Yeah.
Hey man, we all kind of was close in the same regions,
and we all could kind of afford the same thing.
But
so.
yes, but nobody was too high, too low over here. You know?
One thing I want to mention too, as far as anime, right, and affecting like black culture. Not only did it, cause like I said, part of it being a nostalgic experience for black folk, right, is the reason why it's so prevalent in things now because black folk do everything. We sports, fashion, art, music,
science.
Yeah.
Right. Technology. Right. So, another big part of like black culture that I'm seeing anime affect, which is definitely more new because of the times we're in with social media, is comedy. You know, sketch comedy. We got people who was like our DC World. They do like sketches based on like if all these
everything they love anime.
You know what I mean? So
they're very funny with it too.
And it's like it's one of those things where you kind of have to know you have to know these characters already and grew up with these people to get these jokes,
to get the attitudes, the personality of the characters.
Right. So it's created like its own nostalgic appreciation community amongst a black culture. You know what I'm saying?
So do we feel like? Well, I feel like it also comes back to that we see in the character that we see in ourselves, no matter their skin color, right? So like from Goku, Vegeta, from Luffy to many other characters, even Ash Ketchum.
Right.
We saw motherfuckers who had to get it from the mud, and that like you saw it.
Right.
Like it wasn't like, oh, this motherfucker just did this, and like he was born with this. We wasn't born with a lot of shit.
Right.
So we understand it. We get it a little bit more. Like niggas like Batman. We love Batman, but it was like we can't really relate to Bruce waking up to bills in that motherfucking account, and they just ain't money wise either. It's like they show when you see kids mostly over in their universities they go to public schools. They're in school settings. You see them still doing things, but just having a venture. And most times if you was a kid and you had a box, like a young kid, and you saw a box that you could fit in, that box was a spaceship, a car, something that like gravitated towards what you see them doing now.
Right.
And it hits home on friendships that we either wanted or have or thought we should have. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the crazy part of this shit, and this might, in anime, the father is very relevant, but most times, mom is not the one there. And that's a lot of things like, damn, you probably don't even say it to your head, but you like, that shit look cool. Like, as much as we say niggas with bad dads in the anime, it's like, the mom is never around.
Yeah.
They really show like, nah, pops is like kind of important here, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, look, bro, Ash left his mom and went on a year journey at 9, my nigga. That nigga ain't been home since 2000, fam. That nigga is 30, bro.
Yeah. He might have died in that war they don't talk about, but
like, it's a lot of shit that, like, undertones that like kind of catch you, and it's like, damn, that's true. Like, the whole thing I was saying, like, how you might remember when I was like, hey man, I get it, I feel it. Like, I'm from this place, but I ain't fighting for niggas who done kept me down, fam.
yeah,
Like
this ain't my fight, man.
Nah, we ain't on none of that shit you own. We doing our own thing, and we wish we could do that. Like, bro, we kind of don't want to fight for America, fam. We have every right to feel that way.
I think the reason, a big part of that is that a lot of these animes or mangas or whatever are not created. They're created from outside of the country.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not writing from like this preset bias.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we already know when we watch a Superman that or Batman, like, we already see the customs that we are used to in America that is embedded in these characters. But when you watching some shit like Dragon Ball Z, or you watching some other shit, you don't see certain customs that you're used to in America. So it's almost like it's almost somewhat kind of a joy to find that detachment from that,
right,
and experience that, but still see the correlation
in
that. So.
Like, our strength as a community, and that's just like, you know. And I don't want to turn it like it's not 100% a race thing, but it's just kind of like the if you know group.
Talk
like,
your shit, man.
So like, you know, we're so good at interpreting things and making it our own, and it's a lot easier to do it when other people don't have ownership on it. So watching things that didn't particularly have a target audience fit us in the early days, because we were notoriously the largest targetless audience there was.
Yeah.
So if you didn't know what to do, you'd start here. You can't bring their stuff over here and sell it to the prevailing culture, because it's like, what's this? I don't know what this is, so on and so forth. But like, for us specifically, we like taking stuff that people don't fuck with and do something with it. That's why, like, even if we were the cool kids in high school, if we had that persona, we'd always pick that one kid don't nobody fuck with to be cool with. Now, I fuck with him because he always keep all the pens, all the papers, that nigga got paper clips, then he got staplers. Like, I fuck with him, and nobody fuck with him. But we always try to find somebody that nobody fuck with, try to put him on the baddest girl in the classroom. Like, hey man, you need to fuck my boy, man. He gonna be a millionaire. You can tell. Look at his glasses. That type of shit.
And then the inherent trait I broke down before was like, even American comics do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
When we are shown, or even somebody we think represents our race or whatever, who represents you, what's the difference between them and that other color of people? We're faster, stronger, more intelligent. Even look at how we gravitated towards the mutants, just to give people example, in the Western side. We gravitated towards the mutants. We gravitated towards the Saiyans. We gravitate towards the people with a will and just naturally better.
Right.
Like, especially physically.
Yeah.
Until you saw the Cloud Village and you knew what they were in Naruto, you stated the Uchihas. Underlying powers. Fucking slaves, basically.
Slaves with
and
emotions.
Forced to work for the people who didn't like them. That resonates. It's like,
I can make another Roots reference?
Go ahead, man.
No, I'm not. But ultimately, the thing is that their powers are things that we can achieve. There's no line that's divided between us being stronger, faster, smarter, and that's always what it is with like anime and even with karate films. It's always about the quicker guy or the faster thinking guy, the person that can plan. It's always some big dude that just was supposed to win, and that's kind of how we look at America's society. It's a bunch of big dudes that's supposed to win. You always want to gravitate to the person that ain't supposed to be that. So looking at anime, the one thing that lets you know, like, just to go ahead and take what I said in the beginning and bring it to an end, is that I do think that at this point now, like, the culture and anime, they coincide and support each other now. But it's just in the beginning, it wasn't for us because there was no representation for us. We had to interpret black people in everything that we liked. But the other thing is that they didn't have to be black people. It was just people that we related with.
Yeah.
Right. None of them were white. None of them were black. It's just, who did you like?
It was no agenda being pushed.
Yeah, I say because also with these characters, they're more like outsiders, and us as black people, we like at times, like I say most of us, we feel like outsiders basically every day in our daily life because of how we're treated, how we're sidelined in some situations. So we have so if anything we like, and also with anything we do, we have to, like, with something that's regular, we have to go 10 times as hard. We have to work twice as hard to even have that same recognition as those who are already doing it the bare minimum, you know?
Yeah, and Frieza is white privilege.
At the end of the day, man, I just think that, like, these things that we value when we was young, like the art, the going into the deep part of, like, how we associated a lot of the storylines and narratives that we got from all of these classic animes, right? And then, like, we grow and we change and we become more impactful in today's society, but we take a little bit of what is in our nostalgic past with us and implement that into what we do today. Just recently, last couple of months, Big Sean had the guy that did the voice for Goku introduced him to his mom.
What?
Yeah, so it was like
Sean Schimmel.
So it was like, you know, and his mom was like, "Oh my God!" Like, I remember he always wanted to watch this show when he was younger. Da, 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 you know what I mean? And he's from that era. He graduated with 2006.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So he
got a lot of references in his shit too, though.
It's like it's expected. Yeah. It's expected. It's almost like this. People who were early 20s doing hip hop back in the 90s and stuff like that, they reference a lot of Japanese films, like karate films and stuff like that, right? From Wu-Tangs and all the other people, right? Because that's what they was watching then. They was watching that, you know what I mean? So it was into their music. We grew up watching the anime, the Dragon Ball Z, stuff like that. So it's naturally going to be in our art. Whether if I'm a painter, you're probably going to see some reference from one of my favorite characters. Kanye West referenced Akira in his Stronger video. And Megan Thee Stallion literally dressed up as some character from Naruto on the cover of one of her albums. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Icy Hot.
Icy Hot from My Hero.
I forgot to add one more thing. Speaking of with black culture and kung fu, like one of the first, pretty much one of the first one of the first of those to collab is the song Kung Fu Fighting by Carl Thomas.
Yeah, there you go. Carl Thomas.
Yeah. No, not Carl Thomas. Carl Douglas.
I gotta go see that version.
No, Carl Douglas. It was a different Carl. Yeah.
Him behind the on that bit.
Bad Boy Records.
1974.
Bad Boy Records. Yeah.
Can't stop.
Carl Douglas. I apologize.
Shout out to Carl Douglas, man.
And Carl Thomas, man.
And
Carl Thomas.
Just to point out a few of the people who helped push it. Like, besides, because we got the what it is, RDC
World.
Caleb,
and also
King Vader,
also from our hometown, your boy Roshi.
Facts,
Facts. Twitch is just Twitch communities, all the Discord,
and there's a lot more celebrities just showing it love. Michael B. He's pronounced it so terribly, but how you say it? Natoro, so however he say it, it's Naruto, but however Michael B pronounces that shit is horrible.
I never heard him say
the
Naruto.
fact that he did it and say he loved it that much, he has a line for Coach for Naruto, bro. Just think about that. Coach is doing the line.
Oh yeah, that's right. He
Naruto
does.
shit.
Yeah.
But
That's crazy, bro. Like you didn't think Coach would pick up a Naruto idea,
But it's like they gotta fuck with
they got to change with the times.
culture. We are the buyers.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
before it was our
Exactly.
parents
Yeah.
that had to buy the shit. Now we are the ones that are buying the shit for ourselves, and if
Nike,
that's something that we like, you gonna buy
Adidas,
into it. So it's
Reebok
like
just
That's
dropped the
right.
whole Power Ranger line.
we're the consumers. So it's
Yes.
either are you gonna pay attention to the consumers now and be like, oh, okay, well this demographic, they like this. Is this what they're into?
That.
So we have to make sure that we implement these things into our products.
And that's why we are right now as big as we are in the culture. It's about target audience. And unfortunately for a lot of people, when we were what I said, like the targetless audience, now that you have to have a curation of who to get your product to, you have to identify the people that contribute the most to something. And like that's just how it is. We contribute the most to almost everything, because even in Japanese animation and stuff like that, they still took from some of our culture and some of our things to come up
facts.
with
Right.
ideas. And but the reason why we were allowed to be so dominant in this culture is because purely we were ignored for the longest amount of time when it came down to it. So nobody was trying to get us out or replace us. We was just there repping the shit, and it was like, well, it ain't for you. It's for literally the people with money, which was kind of white America. So we got left alone so long.
Also, I'm gonna add just a small thing in Dragon Ball Z. You know, at like with King Kai, what was the name of the ape?
Was it Bubbles?
Yeah,
Bubbles.
it was Bubbles.
Get the fuck out. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, man.
Who had a chip named Bubbles?
Why would I know he would pick out Bubbles out of all shit to go with the
Man,
Michael
this
Jackson?
I got some different
The
I have
Mike- the Mike-
references.
the Mike
like,
references?
not even just Mike, but even other stuff that impacts. You know.
Hell
Hey,
yeah.
and side note, for some reason niggas include this is just mainly me, but I think most niggas too. And when they see him, we love the fucking Monkey King,
Oh yeah.
and that's the reference from Goku's the whole Journey to the West. We love that story because that's the main story of anime for some reason. Like the Journey to the West, when it's like a strictly up fight, like fighting anime, a lot of that
Yeah.
comes from that, and we love that. But
Yeah.
like that whole Monkey King shit, like with that, I hate that because Frieza said that shit so racist though. Frieza, you fucking monkeys.
Hey, I
Oh,
told you
yeah.
what I said. What I said.
Yeah. So his company that makes sense. Yeah.
But like, bro, like from just we just love it, bro. Like from the clothes, the baggy shit, even nowadays the fitted, the attitudes of these motherfuckers, the creators. Shout out because the creators. This crazy thing, they love black culture. They like jazz, hip hop.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, in the music, like what is called city pop, like Japanese
Like
R&B.
Toriyama wanted to meet
Yeah.
Travis Scott, fam.
Bro.
I
I
would
didn't
have
know
died
that.
for that moment, nigga. Like when I saw that picture, I was instantly a hater for Travis Scott for like an hour. I was like, this nigga wanted to meet you.
Bro.
He could have met Obama, nigga. He wanted to meet you.
But
it's hip hop, man. It's like
Yeah.
But no,
whoever the
but
guy is
that's what I'm saying. Travis Scott is probably Kim age.
But he that young?
But that's the thing, like
Yeah.
he's so big, but he's so prevalent in hip hop. Like he said, I know I want to meet you. Even though Travis Scott probably wanted to fucking meet him too. It was just like
Right.
that's crazy.
What if Travis Scott turned him down?
It's not too many things that
Man,
affect.
I will buy a plane ticket and travel to work. Travis Scott doesn't smack him upside the head if he's turned that.
And we also use it, and we also a lot like to be like serious a little bit. We all kind of did it for escape too. If you were watching just any fucking anime, it's most likely because it was an escape from like life for a minute.
Right, but like I
Yeah.
said, it's not too many things in this world that impact black people so much. But we do so many things that impact the world so much. So it's not surprising that this person wanted to meet Travis Scott. Maybe 10 years ago, somebody who was just like that person was probably wanting to meet Kanye West. And then 10 years before that, somebody probably wanted to meet Jay-Z or DMX. You know what I mean? Like it's because we do so much. We do so much. We impact the entire world from
Like it's
the
rappers
music we
named
make,
Kid Buu now.
the sports we play, our fashion, all of that. Our the way we communicate, our slang, and a lot of the stuff we're talking about is a lot of the things we're talking about at the core is pretty much what makes up this podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also there's a rapper named Amine.
Like
Oh yeah.
you have, if you think about fashion, we are able to now put, the things that we love, the nostalgic nostalgia of anime and just the culture of comics.
Oh, yeah.
We put it on T-shirts. We put it on hats. We put it on stickers. Right. You have apparel for that.
And for some reason, Asian writing looks better than any other writing that fits on shirts. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
You guys have a
beautiful,
whole beat tape out.
Oh,
and
yeah.
music to come out. We have
Flower Blossom, shameless
we sit
plug.
here and talk on the podcast and report information. Like it's almost as if it's like a broadcast of like what we review or what's to come on this. And this is something that I know when we were all in middle school or in high school. Maybe you was in elementary at the time.
I'm not that young.
But at the time, you couldn't have told us this would be around.
No, yeah, you definitely, because I remember I used to talk to D. I was like, man, my shit, bro. Because at the time, I was just super heavy in it. And that's 9 seconds, people.
I love Ruffles.
But yeah, bring it back, man. My last point with this whole, and like the impact on the culture. And when we say culture, we mean just the world in general, but since we all black, we talking about that. But anime didn't bracket itself with like politics. Like, it didn't bracket itself with politics and the gender differences and all that between people, because they always had that shit in there. We just didn't know what it was when we were little. And like I ain't gonna say I like it in comics, like because they're forcing it down your fucking throat more. It's like for Pride Month, they made like Captain America had like his whole little series going on, but every person was something different. And like you had the gay Captain America, the same sex Captain America. Like we just did the trans one. It was like we get it, fam. Here's how anime does it. Or Jamar.
Ranma one half.
Frieza. Don't know.
Yeah. Say
Ranma was the best. The best.
Sailor
bruh.
Neptune and Sailor Uranus,
Yes. Hey, shout out to the
who we thought were cousins before the American version.
Yeah. America back then
They mess everything up.
Back then they didn't want that shit.
Yeah, America didn't want us to see that. So
They also changed. I can't forget which one she was, but she was of color.
They changed to. Oh
She
yeah.
was orange.
Was it Jupiter?
Yeah, she was more brownish orange with orange hair. She was a Sailor Scout of color first. They changed that when it came.
Dang, they hit her with the cake soap, bro.
Yeah.
Dang, bro.
Might wash it to its finest. They made her little lighter. Changed that color of hair a little bit, So like that's one reason too. We don't see as much outwardly hate towards it. Like most of the times when you see it like that, it already happened. The child has to deal with it or something. Like Sasuke, of course. You know what I'm saying? He has to deal with that trauma. Like, hey fam, you the last black person. AKA if he was black, you the last black person. Well, you think you're the last black person. So you need to get the fucking sometime soon at some point when you grow up. You know what I'm saying? But he represents like everybody. If we was in that shoes, we'd be like, yeah, this for the family, bro. We gotta off you motherfuckers.
yeah,
It was my
I
brother.
mean, with Sasuke, he had all them girls on.
Yeah. And then when we saw black people in Naruto, yeah, most niggas gonna stay in line if they got leaders like that. Them parents right there. They're called parents.
Yeah.
No nigga went to the Akatsuki fam.
Oh yeah, you right.
Nah, fam. I don't need A and B chasing me, fam. I'm good.
Yeah, that's
I'm good, fam. They beat ass out here in these streets, fam.
yeah.
But,
Oh man.
yeah, I think they help with not like having politics in it either. Even down to the most famous movie that impacted the culture and hip hop in general, Akira. Like I still kind of fucked up on what the plot was because I ain't read all them thick ass 6 books.
Yeah, because that's the
I
only way you
still
gonna
need to
get
watch the
something out of
movie.
it.
Like
I know I'm late. I seen clips. I mean, I just
YouTube got
gotta
a very good version on there. YouTube, don't take it down. Stop being pussy.
I had it saved on Hulu for the watch later. I don't know if they took it out or not.
From just the
probably
clothing,
did.
the aesthetics. That bruh, it got the most iconic bike scene that everybody tries to replicate in that shit.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah, even Tron took the visuals from it.
Oh, that's
Wait,
why it felt so
no,
familiar.
wait,
Yeah.
Tron took the visuals from Akira.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now
when
I
did
ain't talking
the-
about the original Tron though.
Oh, you mean Tron Legacy?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more
Like with
sense.
the like the when he zoomed off and the lights kind of.
Yeah.
Their version of the very first Tron wasn't able to do that much like that. So,
yeah.
but the bike scene when he kind of slides and looks like turning in that scene.
Okay.
Everybody tries that fucking move now. Like everybody.
Right.
But it's
I thought that
iconic,
shit was
bro. Like it's that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, man. We wouldn't have the shoes, bucket hats, shit they put on tees.
Mm-hmm.
If both wasn't vice versa, man. Like, cause like you said, I agree with y'all wholeheartedly that we impacted them just as much as they impacted us.
Exactly.
I mean, we are. Yeah,
You-
we're the battery pack for most cultures.
You know the
but-
slogan. We are the culture.
Right. Even when other people copy other cultures in America, it's usually stuff that was taken from us in America that other people do, and then it'll catch on like in Japan and stuff like those R&Bs and city pop and jazz.
Exactly.
They're
Look
not
at-
listening
yeah.
to Miles Davis and shit. They listen to somebody else.
Bro, it's crazy.
Yeah, that's right. Look at the K-pop groups like BTS. I mean, yeah, like you see, like you see that they mention who their influences are. They like you'll see it blatantly in their moves and stuff. You know,
Especially now. Yeah, like now it's a lot
Bruh.
more.
Even and this is not even like an
Transparent.
anime topic per se. I took my girl out to a wing spot, right? And like,
Was it Wing House?
no, she don't like wing house like that.
No one. Wing House is like Dunkin' Donuts.
Shut up, bro.
I like Dunkin' Donuts.
Oof. So we won't see him
Keep
on
going
episode
with your story,
12.
no matter what I like.
But right, so that's the story, right?
Can't
It's
trust
just like
this
how
nigga.
much we are the culture, right? So a bunch of we at a wing spot. They're having like trivia night. We didn't know that, of course. It's more them than us.
Right.
And they ask questions for like from Nickelodeon to Backstreet Boys and shit
Oh
like
man,
this.
I wish I was there.
And it's like
That boy would have
like,
won.
Yeah.
the crazy thing is
I
realize
won that Metro condo.
they don't realize they didn't know the answer to their questions. And they're like around our age. It's crazy because we do. We answer every one of the bitches right.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, bro, we even hype y'all people up in the culture.
Yeah.
B2K, I'm not B2K, but boys, Backstreet
Backstreet
Boys,
Boys.
NSYNC. We knew every answer of them motherfuckers. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
it's like, bro, even Justin Timberlake even says, like, no, I'm influenced from black culture.
Oh exactly.
Right.
But like, it's crazy to see that because it's like, y'all don't even appreciate what y'all had, but they like we're the ones who made them famous.
Exactly.
Right.
I mean,
Yes.
shoot, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys are from Florida, like they're
On
from
God,
Florida.
hey,
Both-
hold on,
both
don't
of them.
don't forget Old Town. Don't be disrespectful.
Old Town,
They literally
yeah,
from Orlando.
yeah.
They're from Orlando.
98 degrees, motherfucker. Like,
Oh, wait, even 98
bro,
degrees.
why do we? No, I'm just naming them.
Oh.
We know more about them motherfuckers than they know about that shit. We are the
Exactly.
culture, man.
Yeah, because they were influenced by like ours, like they were influenced by New Edition and Boyz II Men, and Jackson 5.
Everybody, yeah.
Jackson 5 was the blueprints for all of them. Yes.
So like, it just show you. It goes to show you, bro. Like, even down to the sports anime, fam. The basketball, the volleyball,
Right,
shit,
right.
bro, like,
The bicycle.
nah,
Come on.
Yeah.
That
Oh
shit-
yeah.
that
also,
shit great,
like
bro.
also,
The
with,
volleyball
also
one?
with also even with TV. I mean, first of all, we talk about like there's a lot of like these like a lot of these programming blocks. I mean, first of all, TGIF. First of all, TGIF would like on God, TGIF would have not have been big if it wasn't for went for Family Matters. Like because the things that like the flagship, the original flagship was Full House, but when Family Matters became popular and stuff, black sitcom, like pretty much any show that followed after that became popular on its own. Like Boy Meets World wouldn't have been popular if it didn't follow Family Matters, like with its popularity.
that.
Because once it left ABC, like the lineup just went downhill after that.
I can believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So television also has influenced other blocks like Snick, Toonami, Cartoon Network Fridays, all this stuff.
And I don't care what nobody say, bro. Black people definitely impacted Toonami, fam. Not a soul was outside between that 4:30 and 6 o'clock block because you knew Dragon Ball Z was coming on. And
Hell yeah.
you went back home in early, like around 2 or 3, just to watch Power Rangers first.
Yes.
And then you went
Power
back
Rangers,
outside.
definitely.
And then you was like, hey, nah, Cartoon Network coming on, fam. I got to see if Goku go Super Saiyan this episode, fam. because he been yelling for 5 episodes. I got to go, nigga.
And if you had one of those parents that got home from work around that time, that lets you know how much you loved it because you had to bargain with your parent. I want to watch this. I'll do all the dishes, take out all the trash, I'll fold your clothes. Just let me get these 30 minutes.
With them why they should watch their show because we only had one TV at the time.
Only one TV.
yeah,
Man,
yeah.
speak, bro.
Like, hey,
That's true because man, like
you
like
need to read the newspaper.
I had to sit down through General Hospital just to wait until I could watch Tsunami.
Oh God, man.
Yes. What's that guy that never died? Luther in one of them soap operas. That man been alive for 3-4 decades, doing the same shit, fucking over his kids, his grandkids, his great grand. I watched this nigga die 3 times.
I know you talking about.
I watched him die 3 times. I can't remember what it wasn't. God in Light. It was something. But that nigga Luther, that white dude, was smooth as hell. He was
all in all, bro. From the impact, bro.
Man, if we have older listeners, tell us what it was.
Hey,
from DBZ, Enter the Dragon, Kill Bill is fucking iconic. Fuck, the Gorillas was made strictly off of anime. Daft Punk, they took their shit from a lot of that over there.
Right.
And house music in general.
Yeah. On God.
Yeah.
Bro, like, and it just influenced it, bro. And you know, we'll probably piggyback around this in a couple more episodes, part 2 of this maybe. But like, you know,
we're probably gonna have a lot of part 2 discussions on stuff. Yes.
Blurred's Culture Academy T.
Hey man, come on, right here.
CultureAcademy.club.
Right there.
You know what I'm saying? Even from the bucket, that ain't ours, but
No.
buckets instrument. Expired.
But black, still black owned, cross culture, popular from the '90s.
Shout out Hype Man.
And make it a resurgence.
Headband not included.
And Bleach has like probably the most
Warby
drip
Parker.
ever in that show. All blacks. Nah, man, I don't know. I'm glad we got it. I know I wouldn't be the same nigga without anime, bro. And
Yeah,
just
me
that
either.
whole Asian culture, like.
Yeah.
I would have always been this.
And made kung fu.
Okay,
movies.
Shang Tsung. I have the time stone. Hey, and the biggest contributor, it's not just beyond anime culture, bro. Shout out to the niggas for the game consoles, nigga. What you talking about, bro?
Yeah, bro.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh God, bro. I ain't never see Nintendo back then, bro. I don't know what would have been going on, fam.
But we'd all been selling drugs and dead
bro,
somewhere.
Selling drugs are retired Hall of Famer somewhere, bro. Oh God, bro. But hey, man, this is what anime culture, this is how anime impacted the culture.
Yeah.
And you know what the culture is, people. Episode
11.
Episode 11. I'm Des Green.
Christopher Dukes.
Cam Easy.
It's your boy Hometown. You know what time it is, man.
And it's episode 11. Comments and Convo. Hit that like button. Share. Subscribe. YouTube. Instagram. Twitter. We making a TikTok this week, bro. We have to at this point.
Oh, we are?
Yeah.
All right.
So y'all get behind the scenes footage then. And we have a Patreon too.
Yeah.
Go subscribe there too. And we're out, bro. Episode 11.
Frieza's
Anime
America.
and the culture, bro. You dig?
Perfect.